James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I stay hot tub!
And good morning. And welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Let go, let play. Yeah!
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah!
Shall I get in the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me wet?
Well. That's when he started laughing there. Just that was awesome, man. Glenn has a pair of I'm not underwear, but bathing suit like that.
I hope
gold.
he's got a pair of underwear.
He's got a pair of gold bathing suit thong that's incredible. It's like James Brown wore.
And you saw those where?
Panama City Beach.
No,
that sucker was proud. He is a proud man.
I cannot, conform or whatever you want to call it. No, you got me in shock right now.
He's got a gold, red, navy. You got the whole thing, man. I like that American flag bathing suit. You got more than any of them. That's pretty cool. Wildcat, you have a good weekend?
No.
Talk about what's at bothering you.
I'm upset over the whole NFL thing. The Ravens went in there and right off the bat they started being they let Kansas City get into their head and start pushing them around on the sidelines before the game even started, and then taunting. Who was that? Flowers got a penalty for taunting. You're in a playoff game. Get your head in the game. You're in a playoff game. You don't make stupid mistakes like taunting.
Super Bowl's on the line.
Super Bowl on the line and taunting. And then he gets mad and he slams his hand down on the bench and cuts his hand up.
Well, what about the one, the offside penalty, where they get a personal foul, not just a 15-yard personal foul?
I mean, how do you personal foul 300?
These professional football players.
I know.
You would think they're professional football players. And then the Lions, they're up by 20-some-odd points at halftime, and they
17.
say, well, I guess we're going to win this game. So they come back at halftime, and they fall on their face. It's like, people, you are at the edge of going to a Super Bowl. Get your head in the game, for crying out loud. I was so upset. So here we go. It's 2020 all over again. And for the rest of this year, I got to watch Travis and Kelsey and Mahomes do commercials, and they're probably going to add Taylor Swift commercials right along there. They're going to be one big happy kumbaya family doing State Farm commercials and pizza commercials and insurance commercials. And
Jim Dickerson, State Farm, is your agent.
That's right. And he's a damn good one, too.
As Chad said, he's running late.
Is he running?
2 minutes. This is what he said. 2 minutes late.
He's at the door.
He's at the door?
Okay.
He's running 2 minutes late because of an accident.
If I wasn't ranting.
And some construction equipment.
Well, let me tell you this.
There was a wreck on 390.
He's not running. He's driving his truck. Okay.
He can just run over people he wants to.
There was a wreck on 390 when I was coming in.
I hope it wasn't Chad.
We got a couple of phone calls.
He can't drive. He cannot. Oh,
there he is.
Oh, wait a minute. Hush.
Did you hear me about the phone calls?
Somebody's talking about Glenn was bad mouthing you driving this morning.
No, I didn't. I said, he said I was running late. I said, he ain't running, he's driving.
What's up, Dr. Mitchell?
I don't know, man. It's a crazy world out there.
And we just live in it. What do you think about Taylor Swift? She brought, what did they say, $331 more million to
the
NFL Fox, whoever's watching the games.
How did they figure that?
I don't know.
Are we talking about Taylor Swift today?
Yes. Didn't she look good?
You don't have to. No, they brought it up. So.
But seriously, I mean.
Are you a Swiftie?
No, I didn't even know what she sings. Honestly, I don't. But I'm just amazed how many people are crazy about this young lady. And I am glad she likes football, but I guess that's her big boyfriend out there. Are they engaged, or are they just boyfriend, girlfriend?
Who knows?
Yeah. He's got to be worth a lot of money.
It's a made-for-TV arrangement.
There you go.
They're just doing it so that they can sell
how much you think he's making? He's probably making a couple million a year.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up.
And she's making $1 billion or something like that. It's unbelievable, man. Hey, the guy's pretty smart. I'll say that. We got a phone call? Is it who I think it is? Yes. Let's take this phone call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir. Hello, Coach Manley,
Hello.
Doc,
Morning.
John. Yeah. Well, hey, quit that now. All right. Swifty's a good name. That's what we call this guy in West Nashville who ran away from his gambling bet. Anyway,
Swifty. He's down at Panama City Beach now.
John, he's kind of over in the Dead Lakes, I think. I won't disclose where. Anyway, in several gators' bellies. But let's don't go into that. I've had enough trouble. But John started out, Doc, we were talking about lack of discipline by the Ravens. Well, I'm calling about something that relates. I believe that Kansas City was spurred to get their heads back in the game by a hit that would have been a clean hit back in the day when those old geezers played, but it was an assassination attempt. And I called my daughter. I don't Google anymore because of my eyesight, and I just don't like internet stuff that much, except I love y'all. Follow y'all on Facebook. Sure, right? No, I don't. Anyway, I leave notes for you on my MySpace wall. But so I called my baby girl. I said, "Who is number 2 for the Lions?" He's, it turned out he's from Florida. Gator. He's a Gator. If I'd have been delivering that hit like 40 years ago, I'd have thought it was funny as all get out. But we know now from the science and the health research that that's not good to do. And it really hacked off, which it would have hacked off the opponents 40 years ago. A crackback on what was it?
It was an interception.
He was away from the ball. Yeah, it's interception. Right. Yeah, he cracked back on him. And I think that's like that's kind of like a first-round knockdown of, a good fighter. They got up off that mat, and they started kicking butt after that. So I don't know, maybe not. But I'll tell you this about the Ravens. I'm a kind of a Lamar defender, but he's overcome some inaccuracy. I thought they should have ran him more. And, this is 20/20 hindsight, Monday morning quarterbacking. But I thought they should have ran him more in that weather than what they did. They only ran the ball 16 times as a team, and Spagnuolo out-coached the OC for the Ravens. There's no doubt about it in my mind. That game should have been closer. Now, I will say this, Baltimore, it was revealed that their outside receivers are really probably not up to snuff. OBJ's, he's either done or he's got to move inside to the slot. I don't want to get too technical or coachy, because y'all know more about it than I do, but I know a little bit. I've watched a lot of college football in my day because I had to, if you get what I'm saying. But so I had to work games as an administrator and stuff like that at places where you don't want to pay to go see them, But God bless y'all for what you do. What's the weather like, real quick?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Cold.
Yeah.
Beautiful and cold. It was about 48.
Cloudy and 49 or 45.
43. Or something.
What is
right here, upper
sunshine later.
I'm looking right now. It says Upper Grand Lagoon, 43 and cloudy.
It's getting better. I tell you what, though, it's 31 here this morning, or maybe less, and then but we're going to hit 70 tomorrow. I'll feel like we're down there, except for the smell of the river versus the smell of the ocean.
That means you're gonna have tornadoes later in the week when the cold weather comes back.
Yeah, probably. Hey, one more quickie. This is just a rumor. Maybe y'all can squelch it. I think that 1-6 Arkansas in the SEC is playing 0-7 Missouri, 2 proud basketball programs Wednesday. There's rumors that the guys at death row at Jeff City in Missouri have turned down passes to the game. Just think about it. Y'all have a great day. Go Vols. Go Broken too. Yeah.
Right.
Bye now.
Bye, buddy.
That's going to tell us. Cold enough. It's cold enough here that you know where your underwear stops.
Gosh, I don't want to think about that. So Travis Kelce reportedly making $14.3 million a year with the Chiefs.
14.3,
and he's got that through 2026. Now, the next question to ask is: does Travis Kelce have more money than Taylor Swift?
No,
she's worth $1.1 billion.
Yeah.
He's worth $30 million.
He needs to go ahead and marry her. Go ahead and get her a ring and marry. She'll probably demand one. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. She's worth over $1 billion.
1.1.
God, well, you know what? Everybody gets mad about being at the games. Like Wildcat can't stand her. He's always wanting to badmouth her. But I'm glad for her. She's promoting football. Anything that promotes football, I think, is pretty good.
She's not promoting football. She's promoting herself.
Oh, well, maybe. I guess so. All right.
He's smiling again this Monday.
And then all I hear, and then I look on the back of their helmets and I see share love and be nice. The game of football is get out there and stomp on somebody, kick them between the legs,
Throw sand in their face.
Yeah, that's what football is all about. It releases all these anxieties that we have. That's why we have the game.
When you got upset,
I don't want to choose love.
I was watching the Lions play, and I got upset.
Choose love.
When the
John.
coach choose not to kick a field goal and go for it. I think, was it 4th and 3?
4th and 5.
Whatever it was. And they could have made a field goal. And then at the end of the game, we go out to overtime. But now he couldn't. They had to, I don't know. I just don't get it.
Well, they shut down the run in the second half so that they had to throw. And yeah,
I do have to say this. What about them Bama boys for the Lions?
Yeah.
I think Williams had 2 touchdowns. And then both of them were tearing it up. They did a good job, man.
Yeah.
Roll Tide. Good
and
job.
then they came in there and they when they rushed Jackson in the other game, even when they blitzed, they filled all the lanes, so he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
we got a phone call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you this morning? You got Smitty fired up again.
Oh man,
we came in. He was on fire. What are you talking about?
He's gonna play.
Yeah,
He's gonna play Taylor Swift songs all morning. I can just see it.
Doc.
I'm not even going to mess with him today. He just got that look in his eye. I don't think he got his shipment in from Kentucky. I don't think.
I drank it all.
Yeah, he had it all Sunday. He just doesn't look good right now. How you doing?
I'm good. I had to defend myself all night. I said, why do they keep showing her? And then I said, why? Everybody, she goes to a enemy stadium, and they boo her, and then she gets all upset, and all her Swifties start calling, and texting. Oh, it's crazy.
It is. It's absolutely nuts.
I think the networks and the NFL are paying her to show up.
$331 million. She supposedly. How they know that, I have no idea. But it is what it is.
Because their viewer ratings went up, and then they get more for their advertising.
How much money do you think they made yesterday, or how many people do you think watched the NFL football game? I bet it was out of sight.
I don't know.
Well, all one that I really know how much they made and could kind of figure it out was when it went on Peacock, and they had 22 million viewers that paid that $5.99 a month.
Can you believe that?
No.
Can you believe that? Crazy.
I don't watch that game.
Yeah.
Peacock.
No Peacock.
No.
Right. And now the next week, and I think when Detroit was playing, Detroit had 35 million people watch that Saturday night game. Now,
They had their own home stadium open, and it was packed.
Yeah.
Watching it on the big screen.
Yep.
I feel bad
that
for
was
them.
last night. I'm talking about the night they played at home last week.
Oh, okay.
They had 35 million people. Now, it was snowing everywhere up north, so everybody was kind of trapped inside and didn't have nothing else to do but watch a really good football game. But, And here's my thing. They were talking about yesterday how many more playoff games that Mahomes has won than Terry Bradshaw and all these other old-time guys. Well, they didn't play near as many games.
Right.
What did you have? They had 2 games in the Super Bowl.
That's exactly right. That's like people talking about Saban and Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant didn't have to play in the playoff era. They have 15 games to play every year. They only had 10 or 11 or 12, whatever it was.
Right. They played 10 games and 1 bowl game. That was it.
For a long time. Sure did. Yeah. Hey, Rob, we got to take a break. You got to go?
I'll call y'all back.
All right. Do it. I got to ask you a question.
Have a good day.
Man. Thank you, man. All right, we want everybody out there, remember this. I got a text text him last night. Ryan Mulvey is in Atlanta. They're going to do an MRI the first thing this morning. Then the surgery, I think, is going to be around 11. He texted me at 10:12. Thanks, Coach. Love you guys. Make sure you pray for him. Got a big surgery that's going to happen today. Big, important surgery. He's going to be fine. There's no doubt about that. We all pray. I believe in prayer. I really do. Everybody says a prayer, hope it's not cancer, and everything works out for him. And I believe that works.
Absolutely.
So,
it does.
So pray for Ryan Mulvey today, keeping his thumb. We're going to talk about him about every other break. Remind everybody out there to pray for him. Just stop for a little second, say a little prayer for him, and let everything work out for him, and I think he will be healed. All right, let's talk about some great people like South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker, love you, brother. Number one, they got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. He hires great employees, and he coaches them up. They know what they're doing, no surprises. That's why the big-time realtors always use and demand it. Hey, we need to go with South Oak Title and Closing. You should, too. You real estate deals, make sure you ask for Chuck Tucker. Say, Chuck, we want South Oak Title and Closing to do all real estate closings. They do a great job. Also, J. Michael's Restaurant, legendary, the best seafood, the coldest beer. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Matter of fact, I'll be there today for lunch. Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're number one in what they do. They also are a local company here in the Panhandle of Florida. Wildcat, we got a big event coming up pretty soon. We need to go look for some jewelry. We're going to go shopping. Where are we going?
David Addison Jewelry.
Glenn's done it.
Highway 77. Eddie's done it. I've done it. You've done it. Julie's done it.
Chad hadn't done it yet.
I had this. I got a great idea, and I'll tell you all about it later on because we kind of went over. But I bet you that David Addison Jewelry could probably design a Super Bowl ring. He's that good.
He's that good.
Take your rings, take your jewelry in there, let them clean it up, and make sure that all the little facets and stuff, because you don't want to lose the stone.
Yeah.
You know, putting on gloves when
Did
it's
you
cold.
see
don't
the
wanna lose
nose
stone.
ring he did for Glenn? I love it. that Bay High nose ring is out of sight. I love
He
it.
can barely carry it around.
He had a hard time doing that.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Senior Bowl, the preeminent college football all-star game, Saturday, February 3rd, live in Mobile, Alabama. 2 ways to win. Number 1, text to win. Text the keyword senior right now to 850-215-6290. Number 2, listen to Coach Hale in the morning and the afternoon underdogs for the cue to call. Listen to win or text to win. Your way to the Senior Bowl from ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour and temps near 59. We will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour tonight and be cool at 40. And mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hi folks, I'm Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Love is in the air at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, and what better way to celebrate love than with a beautiful piece of jewelry? Our Valentine collection combines the most popular trends and top sellers with the largest selection at the best prices. From exquisite fine jewelry to our most trendy and affordable sterling silver pieces, we're sure to have the perfect gift to melt her heart. Folks have trusted us for 50 years to make their Valentine sparkle. This year, make it sparkle even more with a gift from Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
James.
About your past.
We're were talking about a certain young lady. He comes back with this song. I don't care. You're so mean. You're so mean.
I know.
Did they hang up, or do we still got them?
No, they hung up.
Call back. I apologize.
Was it Taylor Swift? Was she on the phone?
She's pumped.
Yeah,
she's upset with Rob. I mean, not Rob, but Wildcat.
I wonder what would happen if she showed up here on this show. What John would do.
I don't know. I'd want some of her money. I know that.
She'd charge you to show up. So.
Kansas City 17, the Ravens 10, and a defensive struggle. 49ers 34, Lions 31. And the Lions were up 17 points at halftime. Remember, they were down there, and they almost went for it. Then he kicks a field goal to get up by 17. Then at the end of the game, in the fourth quarter, he had an opportunity to kick a field goal one time, decided to go for it. That came back to bite him in the butt because he kicked that field goal right there into overtime.
Yeah.
So anyway, it is what it is. I thought both games were good. The viewerships had to be out crazy. So now we're set for the Super Bowl. Kansas City 49ers is going to be played in Vegas. That's in 2 weeks, correct?
Yes,
it's not
2 weeks.
A week off.
Yeah, it's 11th of February.
I think. And this week we've got something coming up. It'll be on TV. It's a Senior Bowl. We want to send you a couple to the Senior Bowl.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and
County Groves are going to be there.
Yeah, the big concert,
have some big Mardi Gras celebration. It's the 75th year that they've been doing this.
Glenn, I think Glenn was the trainer at the first one.
They're doing it right.
Glen's been to all 75 of them.
Yeah. And I wasn't counting no dang crows either. I can do that.
Now, is this the college Senior Bowl or like the older Senior Bowl?
No, this is
big time. Big time.
This is big, man.
This is over 55.
Have you ever been to the Senior Bowl?
I have not, no. But I've
watched it.
I've watched it. Yeah.
It's a great thing.
It's a great thing, too, yeah. But
now they've had it at South Alabama, the new facility, which they say is gorgeous. I really like. That's this weekend. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I wouldn't mind going to that.
I don't know.
So we're going to ask them to call now, or we'll tell them to do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it later. We'll let you know.
Through some things and let people get woke up and get the cup of coffee in them. And
yeah, we'll do it.
So who are the coaches this year?
I don't know what. It's just 2 NFL coaching staffs. I don't know. I haven't kept up with it.
They don't give.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me a question. I don't know have a clue. I guess we should.
You ask me questions like that all the time.
Speaking of that, how's everything going down at the office? Everything good?
Yeah,
good. Has Tommy told me went by and saw you had to have a X-ray and now he's going to get an MRI?
Well, I can't talk about what Tommy needs on the air.
Well, he told me, he just texted me and said, can you get him to talk about it? No, I just hope he's okay. I just, well, excuse me. I'm just trying to help you out.
Oh, here we go.
If Tommy Santamont goes to see you, the living legend, everybody should go see you, right?
That's right. You're trying to get some money out of him, aren't you?
No, never.
Never. Yeah, never.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. God, let's get going. Where are we at? 4-star cornerback, Petaway. This kid's Petaway. He's a really good football player. If you look on the websites, the kid can play. He's 5'11", 180 pounds from Cathy, Texas. He commits to Texas A&M. Of course, we all know he used to be there as a defense coordinator, went to Duke, did a great job, won more than Steve Spurrier did in a short period of time. So the guy can coach, he can recruit. Texas A&M should be pretty excited about having him as the head football coach there. They just got a commitment from this kid. He's the number 21st best cornerback in the nation. How they know that, I have no idea. He's the 149th overall best player in the country. From the great state of Texas, he's the fourth rated cornerback in Texas. 24th best player coming out of the great state of Texas. He chose Texas A&M over Oklahoma, Texas, TCU. He had 80 tackles and 1 interception. All right, I got to ask you something. Glenn, you know how the SEC is. It's tough. It's tough, and you got to be tough. I just got a text here. I'll read this in 1 second. Oh, thank you. Jets defensive coordinator, Titans assistant coaches will be their coaches for the Senior Bowl.
Awesome.
Yep.
So we got the Jets coaching staff and the Titans.
Thanks, Coach Oles, for that.
Thank you, Coach Oles.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good, man. Yep. I love that guy.
I think he coaches everything at Rutherford. I mean, every time you see him.
Great family man. Always. I like him a lot. How's Texas going to handle being in? Texas A&M's done a great job. I guess they've been in since 2012. I think it's when they joined. And they've done a great job. They are the SEC. They fit in well. they can handle the toughness of being in the SEC. They can handle LSU crowd, the Gators, the Swamp, Auburn. But LSU, I mean not LSU, but Texas, BYU, they're playing BYU, okay? Fans are asked to remove their shirts. They had shirts on that said, horns down. They were asked to remove their shirts during the game when they were playing Texas. Do you think Texas is going to be able to handle? Do you think the teams in the SEC care what Texas want them to do?
I think I'm going to say. I think I'm going to start making some horns down shirts.
Yeah,
because let me tell you,
do they think
the SEC will bomb up?
They will do it. They're going to go. The
minute they know that's going on, oh man,
well, the more they know they don't like you doing it.
Yeah, the more you're going to do it. Absolutely.
So Glenn, is Texas? Are their feelings going to get hurt? They're going to be able to handle this?
Well, it's supposed to be, it's one of their traditions. But here's the thing. How many times do the people in the other SEC schools go, we don't care?
They don't care.
They don't. Yeah. And here's the thing. You only come see us once a year. So,
Yeah, right.
When we come see you, shoot the elephant. Who cares? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I don't know. They're going to have a hard time in the SEC.
They were going to, in the Big 12, they were giving penalties when the players did it.
Yeah, it's going to happen in the SEC. Get ready for it.
Well, Bevo, that's the mascot for Texas. Bevo needs to put his big boy panties on.
and Bevo attacked Uga. Remember that?
Yeah.
He attacked Uga, went after him. And now Uga's passed away, bless his heart. That probably took some years off Uga. Big Longhorn.
Well, here's the thing: they got the skinniest little guys holding that thing back instead. I mean, it needs to be the football players.
They can't hold that thing back.
But a horns down shirt holds him back.
Yes, sir.
Anyway.
They'll be pouting. They won't be able to play.
I hope they can handle it. I hope they can handle it. I do.
They'll probably forfeit.
I'm not certain now after this story.
Here we go.
This is amazing.
The number 9 offensive tackle, Carter Lowe, I believe his name, commits to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Made me mad. Anyway, he's a good one now, no doubt about that. Of course, he's from Ohio. He committed to Ohio State on Saturday, 6'6", 310 pounds, from Toledo, Ohio, class of 2025. The number overall now, he's from Ohio, is the number 9 offensive tackle. 85 overall best player in the country. He turned down the Alabama Crimson Tide. What the hell was he thinking?
Nick's not there.
There you go. He turned down Alabama. He turned down Georgia. He turned down Michigan. His top 4, right there. Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State. 4 pretty good teams. And he's going to go with the Buckeyes.
Is Ryan Day going to be able to even coach them? He's getting all these great players. I'm
telling you, he's gotten his walk. I'm telling you, they had a meeting. They said, listen, think about it. Michigan has made Ohio State better. Their roster is the best roster.
Looks like they're worse.
No. I got them winning the national champion. It's going to be either Texas, Georgia, or Ohio State. And I think it's going to be Ohio State. Of course, I thought that 2 years ago, and they should have been. They're loaded, guys. They got elite players.
Oh, I know they do. I know they're loaded.
Everywhere.
Yes, they do.
I think that he was the overall 9th best player in the country, offensive tackle. The number 1 offensive tackle from the great state of Ohio, and the 3rd best player from the great state of Ohio. Ohio State's 2025 class is number 2 in the nation right now, and moving up. If they move up there, it'll be number 1. ESPN computer.
Good math there, that education's paying.
Where you go? That's that Southern Mississippi.
He knows how to do that arithmetic.
I'm glad he said that.
Yeah, but seriously, I'm just like, man, they've got Downs, the number 1 safety in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, like at every position, they got the elite players at every single position. They're stockpile of players. And Brian O'Kelly, who the hell? Brian O'Brien is going to be their new offensive coordinator. Yeah. Okay, I'll get off 1 second. New offensive coordinator. We had Gibbs against Tennessee last year. All we had to do was we didn't run him one time at the end of the game. That guy cost us the Tennessee game.
Oh, yeah.
He cost us the A&M game.
Yep.
Now, I won't say he cost us the LSU game.
Yeah,
but he did cost us the Tennessee game. So you Buckeye fans out there.
You got Day and O'Brien.
Yeah.
And like
the teams you're supposed to beat, they'll score 100.
Right.
You get in a tough physical football game, forget it. He's going to screw it up, I'm telling you now. Unbelievable. All right, let's talk about some of our great, great people. Dr. Chad Mitchell, a legend in Bay County. Special year this year, coming up football season, 25 years taking care of Bay County athletes. No one stays in one profession that long doing the same things, doing the things he's done for the youth of Bay County. And you don't have to be an athlete. You don't even have to be your body can look like Wildcat.
Or you can be an ESPN talk show.
Yeah.
That
hurt. That's cheap. That was wrong. That was wrong.
We need Taylor Swift to save us.
I warned you. That
was ugly. What's the best way to get up with you? Average Joe out there, and they get hurt like Tommy. That old man like Tommy gets hurt. What do we got to do?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com and also look up robotmd.com.
He cannot cure hurt feelings, so don't go for it.
Can't help Texas.
Wildcat, write that down. He mentioned that robotics thing. That's another.
That's what I'm doing these days.
The price is
That's what I'm doing these days.
Price just went
We're doing
up.
robotic total knee replacements.
Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. You want a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner? That's the place to go. And they do cater. Glenn, talk about the great job they do catering.
I tell you what, all you have to do is get in contact with them, tell them what your event is, how many people you're expecting, and they'll take care of the rest. It's fantastic.
Glenn told them one event, and they said, we're not sure we can get involved. You take down the mirrors?
Yeah.
Anyway, Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. Get out to Newbies. We have 3 great locations. You'll have a great time. They have the best bands in the Southeast of the mothership every Friday and Saturday night. That's because Charlotte wants it, and she gets what she wants. Newbies, number one at what they do. Go support them. Also, don't forget about Max Fit Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is already your home for the most live and local sports talk. And now we're taking...
Oh, he got all of that one.
The Inside Drive. Ryan Mulvey, middays, 11 to 1 inside the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. The latest reactions to the biggest stories happening right now. Plus, interviews, sports betting, and your calls.
He's got to be pleased with that.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Senior Bowl. For 75 years, it's been the proving ground of football's greatest legends. The tradition continues Saturday, February 3rd as the legends return to Mobile. Join us at the Hancock Whitney Stadium, where the first 5,000 entrants will receive limited edition bobbleheads of the 75th team legends. Dan Marino, DeMarcus Ware, Aaron Donald, Sean Alexander, and Cornelius Bennett. Get your tickets for the 75th Senior Bowl at seniorbowl.com. The draft starts in Mobile.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
And here we go. The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Got the words, didn't you?
Wrong song. Wrong fight song, but that's all. First state. Hey, Wildcat. Florida. Florida.
So, are we doing Florida State or Florida?
Yeah, we're doing Florida.
When do we do Florida on
Chad Mitchell, he's got an associate degree from there. What
Listen to this.
What the heck did you, did Taylor Swift just, Taylor Swift has ruined that boy.
Yeah, I'm just shut him.
Chad, can we have 1 second? Have 1 second.
Just cut his mic off.
It's just a life-changing, dream come true moment for me.
I can see her face from
Taylor
here.
Swift effect, you might be asking yourself? Well, it's not the effect of a million failed relationships with dudes who are a shell of a man. It's actually an economic effect, one for the masses, an effect that leaves Isaac Newton shivering in his grave. It's the effect of bringing in a ton of revenue for anything that Taylor Swift associates herself.
Taylor Swift's following the Gators now?
2023, Taylor Swift created a brand value of over $120 million for the NFL. And you know what that came from? Her showing her face at a singular Kansas City Chiefs game in the same box as Travis Kelce's movie.
Anything else you want, Wildcat? Anything else you need to know?
We're even now, all right?
All right. Florida Gators. What is going on with the mighty Gators?
Here we go. For those of you who want to keep
Go Gators.
they might as well have kept playing it because Saturday, the Florida Gators men basketball team beat the Georgia Bulldogs 102-98.
Ooh, good job, Gators.
Field goal percentage for Florida was 54.9. 3-point percentage was 35%. Turnovers 19 and rebounds 48. So the men put it on the Georgia Bulldogs, and next up is number 6, Kentucky. And that is on the 31st. That's a couple of days.
Over the weekend. We put it on them.
Yep.
So we're ready.
That's at Kentucky, too.
Yeah, it's
The Florida game, the Mike White was the coach at Georgia, who used to be the coach at Florida.
That's right.
So that was in. So he had a nice homecoming, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So next we got the Florida women's basketball.
Okay.
And Sunday they beat Texas A&M 63-51 with field goal percentage of 42.6% for the Florida Gators. 3 points for 30%, turnovers 14, rebounds 34. And up next for the Lady Gators is LSU on the 4th of February.
You got a caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Who is this?
It's Gator Jamie.
Hey, big guy. What's going on?
I just had a quick comment. Y'all were talking about Texas being a little soft with the horns down. They better get used to it in the SEC because every time anybody does anything against Florida, that chomp comes out.
Yes, it does. That's right.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it offends me. I don't like it.
Yeah, it offends me too, Coach.
Yeah.
It burns me up a little bit, but what we gonna do about it?
I know.
Be a big boy, just like you said. That's all you can do.
Play better.
Yeah.
I just hope Florida doesn't lose three years in a row, 3 losing seasons. I just can't comprehend that. I mean, you just think of Florida, that's a national job. That's a powerhouse job. It's just kind of falling apart.
It has. And I think, the coach seemed to be right. I just don't. I mean, Napier's a good coach. I'm just trying to figure out.
Basketball's not like it used to be.
Nope.
The only thing we've got now is really baseball.
Yeah.
We're getting mad at the coaches, but who hire these coaches? Should we look in the administrator office? Should we start asking questions about the athletic director?
I don't know. I think with Georgia and Alabama recruiting the way they do, it's almost like there's a vacuum underneath them. You know what I mean? We can't hardly get any good players.
Yeah, but look at Central Florida. They're doing well. Florida State's winning. It's just.
But they don't. Neither one of them play in the SEC, Coach.
That's true. They don't play anybody good. That's right. I just looked at Glenn when I said that.
If we were in the ACC, we'd probably be pretty competitive.
You know what? I will say this: Florida fans, Florida graduates are highly intelligent. That's a pretty good statement you made.
Well, I'm gonna keep it quick. I just thought about that when you're talking about the Texas folks getting a little sensitive.
Yeah.
The thing is, when they get here to the SEC, they ain't gonna be the big dog anymore. They're just another dog.
You got that right. Well, thank you for calling me. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Hey, Glenn.
Yep.
I didn't really make you mad. Put the gun back in your pocket. I'm just kidding. I got his bullet, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, gosh.
All right, here's what I want him to know. This time next year, after that Alabama season's over, I want to hear what he has to say.
I will
just
not
keep
have
chirping.
a comment. I'm going to be quiet.
I mean, they may win some games, but they'll make the 12-team playoff.
I don't know.
They're going to put them in because it's DeBoer's first year.
I think DeBoer won't have excuses. He still has talent. They still have the majority of that 2024 recruiting class.
If they keep that class together, that's really
right.
talented.
Exactly. And there's been a lot of talent that's left. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of talent that has stayed.
Two freshmen All-American have gone out the door.
Well, you do realize that there are 3 5-star. 2 of them are corners and one's a safety that are coming in behind the 2 freshmen that left.
They signed what they said. I've read one thing. This is the best secondary class at one time in the history of college football. Somebody said that. Now, is it true? We'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't know about Caleb Downs until
I knew about him.
Until he hit the practice field, and the same with these kids. But Caleb, I know. I wish he'd have stayed, but
he's gonna make Ohio State so much better.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Yep.
Get into what our gentleman said about Florida State. I do agree with him, though. I do think that their schedule's a lot, not Florida State, but the ACC compared to SEC, I do believe it's easier.
It is.
Big Ten, I think, is tough, especially with what they got coming in. And I think it's the reason Florida State wants out, Clemson wants out. They want to get in there making the big-time money.
They should.
Yeah.
And I think we should let them in.
I think we should,
why
too.
We're going to let them go to the Big Ten and let them get in our state.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. They don't want to be. They know how good they can become, how good they were in the past. You give them twice as much money they got right now, they're going to get there.
Plus, the other thing about them going to the Big Ten, I don't know if the SEC wants, Michigan, who's been good in South Florida, but now you got Michigan and also you got Ohio State coming all over the state.
Well, the TV markets, they get into the South. It's going to be, sooner or later, whatever you see the NFL doing, it's going to happen. It's going to be down the road. I really believe it's going to be the SEC Big Ten Super League. It's coming. The bowl games are dying out. So I really believe it's coming. How long it'll take to get that, I don't know. So do we want to give them part of the South? I wouldn't. But Auburn doesn't want them. Florida State doesn't want them. I'll be honest with you, I don't think anybody in the SEC wants them because
I do.
Know.
I want them.
I do too.
I want them in there.
Could you imagine
Absolutely.
what they could do if they're at their stadium? They could add 20,000 seats. And just if the Florida State people don't come, the Auburn people will come. Alabama will come.
Absolutely.
Yep. Because that's a brand to bring in to play. Yep.
Yeah.
You used to play Auburn. Were you?
Yeah.
Getting back to Florida, though, seriously. Yeah. You see what's going on in Central Florida. Gus is getting that thing rolling. He's going to do a pretty good job there. Florida State's not going away. They got 6 players from Alabama. They're good football players. I don't think they're going to drop. I mean, it's hard to win 13 games. Will they win 13 next year?
I still think
with
the players,
good, though.
with the players they got from Bama, and then plus the players that are there, man, I think FSU is sitting where they need to be.
And Billy, I mean, he didn't win this year, and that schedule he's got to play. At Florida, you win 8 games. That's not going to keep them happy.
Right.
I mean, you're at Florida. You're one of the elite jobs in college football. Florida State's in a
and it ought to be easier to recruit from Florida than say Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Something's
in my mind.
Yeah. Well, remember the NIL deal. The kid was promised all this didn't happen. People are using that against them in recruiting. What? Don't believe what they're telling you. You're not going to pay you that. Why would you go there? Look what happened to this kid. He's at Arizona State now, wherever he's at.
Yeah.
So that hurts them. You know how dirty recruiting is. They're saying everything they got can. And there's some screw-ups down there. How it happened, I have no idea. But they got to get straight quick. I predicted he'll be fired, and I like him. I think he's a really good football coach. And I hope he doesn't. But I got a feeling he's going to get fired, and I think Lane Kiffin's the answer.
Yeah.
For Florida?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When he goes, the athletic director should be going because
I'm with you.
He's the one who should be on the hot seat.
All these hires he's made haven't worked out very well.
So,
Chad, you got anything else for us on the Mighty Gators?
No, that's all I have is
all
basketball.
We're all kind of pretty hard and negative on them. I hate saying that, but I just can't comprehend Florida not being good in football. That's just hard to believe. Or basketball.
Well, I think one of the things he probably should have done, where he was before, he could call the plays and be the head coach. But now, there's so much more when you go into these big schools, SEC and all these schools.
NIL transfers, that's changed everything. It's so hard. You can build back one quickly, but it can be destroyed quickly also.
Right.
And I don't know, man. It's like the school of choice around here. Your team they lose all the time. Nobody's going to go there.
Right.
So Florida's got to have a good year this year. Charlie Corn's place. You were talking about having a great meal. You can get one right there on 15th Street. Charlie and Linda, they've had a restaurant since 1986. Glenn's one of our favorite places down there. I still wish they would never got rid of it on the beach. Beef O'Brady's lunch specials every single day. Beef tips, 2 sides and a tea. Chopped steak, 2 sides and a tea. Spaghetti, salad, corn tea. Meatloaf, which is outstanding. Meatloaf got 3 sides and a tea. Lots of great vegetables. Chicken Philly, fries, tea. Unbelievable. They got lunch specials every single day. Go check it out. And Glenn, they got that big room in the back. 25 people they can put back there.
And you can actually, if you're up 231, they have all the specials too on the one at 231 up there.
If you want to have a birthday party, call Lynn and Charlie and say, hey, look, that back room, 25 people, we'd like to have a party there.
Yep.
Food would be great. Atmosphere would be great. Charlie Corn's place right there. Hey, Dr. Ward will be in here Wednesday at 7:30. And then don't forget, they got the big raffle going on. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It is deadly. It can be deadly. 5 minutes can save your life. Please don't put it off. Protect your skin at all times. But if it doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, we need to get you down to Dr. Ward. I tell you what, he is the man. There's an office throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Wildcat, I think it's time. We get back, we're going to give away 2 tickets.
All right, we'll do that.
You want to do that? Can we do that?
When we get back.
When we get back. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Play Florida State.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the most college basketball.
Three-pointer. College basketball is back.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
The SEC, ACC, and beyond.
Oh, if you saw that coming,
Ref. The biggest games play right here.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour and temps near 59. We will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour tonight and be cool at 40. And mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore Portable Building Dealer, Panama City.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison. The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy. I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending.
Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! How dare them say Florida State has an easy schedule. No, easy schedule. Florida State has an easy schedule. Come on, Glenn.
I didn't say that.
All right, we got to talk about Florida State, and we want to thank John and Charlotte for the update, the Newbies Florida State update. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. Newbies Here on the Curve is back and open. They recovered quickly from the tornado. Get out to have a great time. And Mothership, I talk about it all the time. You're going to wind up there on Friday and Saturday night, especially if you come back in town. People on vacation come down. They've been here every single year. They're going to have great music there every Friday and Saturday because Charlotte wants it to be that way. 3 great locations. Get to Newbies, have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for the Florida State update, John and Charlotte. What do you got for us today on FSU?
Well, the number 3 Tar Heels men's basketball beat up a little bit on the FSU men, 75-68. That was on Saturday. Their next game is versus Louisville on February the 3rd. To give you some of the stats, North Carolina was shooting 41.4% field goal percentage, FSU 43.5%. 3-point percentage, 38.1 for the Tar Heels, 45% for the Seminoles. Turnovers, 17 Tar Heels, 14 Seminoles. Rebounds, 41 Tar Heels, 32 for the Seminoles. The rebounds, I think, made the difference here in this game. Anyway, again, FSU loses to North Carolina, 75-68. And again, next they're playing Louisville.
Yeah, they were number 2 in the ACC behind North Carolina, and then this is the same thing that happened in North Carolina. They were ahead the first half, and then at the end, North Carolina pulled it out, and the score was closer than it looked. But when you start fouling and they're making their free throws, I mean, it adds up. So
it sure does.
And that's the favorite time for an official when they have to foul, and you want to call the foul, and the coach wants you to call it. So there's no problem with it. So anyway, those are the things that go on, but. Again, when you watch the game, Florida State to me needs another little point guard. They have some guards, but they need a guy that can actually run the floor and distribute the ball a little better. They did play their regular defense. They played like 11 or 12 players, but North Carolina's got a dude there that runs the show. That Davis guard.
Just look at ACC basketball. Duke, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, Virginia, they've been good before. And you just think ACC, you think basketball. That's the way I've always kind of been.
Yeah, sure do. I mean, they're really good at it. So moving on to the women's, the Lady Seminoles are ranked number 23. They beat Georgia Tech 78-67. They next play Miami on February 4th. And give you a few of the stats. Field goal percentage for FSU was 44.6.
Oh, Chad, wait a second. Give time out. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Give us a call, 215-6290. Do you want 2 tickets?
We'll take
2 tickets to the Senior Bowl. Give us a call right now. You're going to have a great time. They got, what did you say? They got the big concert. They got all kind of activities going on.
Going to be there. It's going to be a big parade.
Yeah.
75 years of doing it. They're going to do it
right. So give us a call if you want to go to Mobile for the Senior Bowl. I said this weekend's this weekend too. So give us a call, 215-6290. We'll give you 2 tickets to the Senior Bowl Mobile. I'm sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
Anyway, the stats on the women's FSU basketball game. They beat Georgia Tech 78-67. FSU had a field goal percentage of 44.6%, Georgia Tech 38.8%. 3-point percentage 26.3 for FSU, 25 for Georgia Tech. Turnovers 15 for FSU, 11 for Georgia Tech, and rebounds 45 for FSU and 33 for Georgia Tech. Again, next they have Miami on the 4th of February.
All right. We've already got a winner. As he's talking to him on the phone, we'll get him on and find out who it is in just a second. When's the last time you've been over there to watch that? It was probably about 10 years, I think, last time I went over there.
Somewhere in there for me, too.
They used to have remember they dressed all the girls up in those big old Southern dresses. What are they called?
Southern Bells.
Southern Bells, yeah. They do a good job. I think people enjoy that.
Yep.
All right, Smitty, he's talking to the guy. We'll try to get him on here in a minute. Florida State, the big question, where do they wind up? Big Ten, SEC, the word on the street is going to be the Big Ten. I think that's a huge mistake. Do you want to travel to Penn State, then get on the plane the next week and go to Rutgers or somewhere? Or let's fly out to Washington one week and then fly to Michigan the next. Or if you play in the SEC conference, you got Alabama rolling in. You got Georgia rolling in. Texas coming into Tallahassee. I think you'd make a lot more money.
You would, but I think the people really want to see these other teams. And, the other thing, too, is that if you...
We got them?
I don't know about the...
How are your thoughts?
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How's it going today?
This is great. Who is this?
This is Travis, not the Patterson Travis. This is the 49ers Travis.
49ers Travis. Congratulations. I know you're happy.
I made him specify.
Oh, man, I was sweating bullets last night. Thank you to all the bonehead Detroit plays, and thank you to the Niners for getting their heads out of their booties and, remembering how to play football.
Man, I tell you what, I love that running back y'all got. He's special. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you think? You feel good about the Super Bowl, or that quarterback from Kansas City, though, you can't ever count him out?
Never once. However, this has been the year of us collecting on all the receipts we've owed teams, Philly, Dallas. This is our year to get back for Kansas City about 4 years ago.
All right. When are you going to head over to Mobile? You going to go Saturday morning, going Friday? What you going to do?
Well, we know some people out there, so I'll probably go Friday night and then just spend the day out there Saturday.
Good. I think you'll have a good time. I think the weather's supposed to be pretty nice. The new stadium, have you been to the new stadium?
I have not yet.
I've heard so many good things about it. It's on the campus of South Florida. And
South Alabama.
I'm sorry. South Alabama. Yeah, they just changed it. We just got a text. They changed it to South Florida. No. But you'll have a great time. I'm really, my roommate lives in Mobile. I'm kind of thinking about trying to go over there and doing it, but I don't know if Julie wants to go or not.
Well, Coach, if you go, I'll hold a seat for you.
There you go. That'll be fun. Matter of fact, if we go, you can buy us lunch. That'd save us some money.
I'll buy you lunch. You let us go look at the view from the press box.
There you go. You know what? Seriously.
He won't be there.
I could let him buy me lunch, then I could take care of him when we get back. I'll get one of these cars.
Don't fall for it, Travis. Don't fall for it. I've been to football games with this man.
He didn't show up.
No. You didn't show up.
Well, we went to the Tennessee-Alabama game together. We had a great time.
We did have a good time once we got to the game. But you didn't show up for lunch.
Something happened.
If it's his turn to buy,
so then, Coach, we'll say that I'll buy breakfast. And
there you go.
There you go. Yeah, then maybe you make it to lunch. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
All right, Travis, have a good time, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Guys. Y'all have a great day.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, Wildcat, are you telling them what to do about coming by and picking them up?
Yeah, I got all of them where we are.
Is this Friday they're picking them up, or they come by anytime?
I have to pick them up by February 1st at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
That's kind of the memo I got.
All right, we ask you all to
and
pray.
Then it's on the 4th.
Pray for Ryan Mulvey. He's got a big procedure going on today. Let's give a little prayer that he'll be fine, and he will be. They're going to be giving out their show 2 tickets to the Senior Bowl. So you got another opportunity. Then David, this afternoon, will give away 2 tickets to the Senior Bowl. He does a great job with Underdogs. So keep it right here. If you didn't win it today, you still got 2 opportunities. And, of course, we'll be doing it tomorrow, all this week. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Turf Pro Pest Control, do you want that yard like Glenn Manley's? It can happen. Glenn's yard's absolutely gorgeous. Turf Pro Pest Control can make it happen to you. Patrick does such a wonderful job. Give them a call. They'll come down to your house, and they'll give you an estimate, tell you what they'll charge you, and that yard will look absolutely beautiful. No doubt about that. All right, insurance. We were talking about insurance a minute ago. Somebody mentioned State Farm. Well, if you were State Farm, that's a really good company. There's no doubt about that. But again, it's all about your agent. He's the guy that gets you what you've been paying into all these years. If you have a storm, a tornado damage to your house like we had here at my son's, your car gets damaged, he's there for you. Jim Dickerson, give him a call. Jim Dickerson's #1 at what he does. We've been with him almost 25 years. Jim Dickerson, 763-4673. Jim Dickerson. Call him now. Get off the phone. Hang it up. Dial it now, Glenn. 763-4673, Jim Dickerson. We're right back. 104.3.
Oh, wait, before we go, I want to talk about Adams and Drew.
Oh, yes,
I got a great idea. I got a great idea. And this is what I did, and it got me out of the doghouse big time. I took a diamond, an old diamond ring that I gave to my wife years and years and years ago.
Beautiful.
And because I was cheap, it was a teeny tiny little diamond. Anyway, you get it matched up with the exact diamond, and then you have it mounted in a custom ring that wraps around the current engagement ring. And when she saw, she recognized the old diamond.
Yeah.
And said, "That's my old diamond." And I said, "Yes." She said, "Yeah, they've got it." And I matched it up. They matched it up, put it in a setting. It was inexpensive, and it was fast. I recommend you do it. Got me out of the doghouse. Boom, chicka boom.
You're a sweet man. You are truly a sweet man.
I know.
And after you get through there, head on down to Beef O'Brady's in Lynnhaven. Get yourself a great lunch. They got week specials Monday through Friday. Yeah. Beef O'Brady's in Lynnhaven. You can't beat that place. We'll be right back. 104.3. What you've been waiting for. Glenn cannot wait. The Alabama Crimson Tide update.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
Play the dang guitar. Uh-oh. We got it. We've got it happen. Recording.
Birdies and beer.
See, you're depriving us of this.
That's one thing Daddy likes, and that's birdies and beer.
Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour and temps near 59. We will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour tonight and be cool at 40. And mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job. It's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
Go home for Super Bowl 58. WGSFC, WPLQ Point St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Love is in the air at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, and do we have a sweetheart of a deal for you? All diamond heart jewelry is on sale for 25% off. All color gemstone jewelry is 60% off at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We also have a large selection of gold, silver, and estate jewelry that is sure to melt your heart. Folks have trusted us for 50 years to make their Valentine's sparkle. This year, make it sparkle even more with a sweetheart of a deal from Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama Update. Brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. They never lose. They never retire. They work all the time. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Offices through. They'll take care of all the Panhandle. They do a great job. Anytime, day or night, your heating and coolant breaks down, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll be there for you. If you got an old one, I would get a brand new one because over a period of time, it pays for itself. You save so much money in your power bill. Get it serviced about every 6 months. It lasts longer and runs better. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Jason, their crew do an incredible job. Alabama, Crimson Tide. Glenn, we know they got a new baseball coach. We know last year we had a problem with betting, and he got fired. The new guys coming in, and they're going to have an open practice on Friday, January 26th. So I don't know if Jeremy Pridgeon would want to go up there and watch that or not. Would you want to drive that far just to watch a practice?
No. The new coach has said, I bet y'all 3-1 we have a good season. So.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. No. Anyway,
not in this cold weather. Huh?
They spent $50 million on the brand new facilities. They got great facilities up there, and we want the return. They came on strong last year after the coaches everything was changed. So hopefully they can keep it rolling. Looking forward to Alabama baseball. Looking forward to the SEC tournament in Hoover. I will be there. I'm going to go for the entire time this time. I really enjoy that. All right, this is Clay Travis gives new Alabama head football coach the board 4 years. He'll last 4 years. That's what he predicts. Talk radio. This is why. Alabama fans are going to have a completely unrealistic. They are
expectations.
Yeah, they are kind of unrealistic. You don't win a national championship if you had a bad year. If you lose 2 games, they're upset. You lose 3, they're ready to fire you. So I get where he's coming from, but will the Bama faithful? I don't think the people in charge, the common folk, I think they're okay with it. They can survive. But the basic fans like me, they're the ones that complain, go crazy, will turn on the coach. Kind of like you.
What are you talking about? But maybe we should ask our callers to call in and place bets on this. I mean,
4 years or short. Is it 4 years or more or 4 years or under?
Here's what it would be. How many years? You remember Bill Curry, right? And Bill Curry had a brick thrown through his window with a note on it, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so how many years will it be before DeBoer gets a brick through his window with a note on it?
I predict it will not happen. That won't happen. They won't.
You think just because of security?
They got gates around it. They can't get to the office where
But I'm just saying.
It's going to be a long throw.
That's a long throw.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, which one of our fans would throw a brick through the coach's,
a lot of them.
window? It's like, come on, this is a football game.
Let me tell you what I did.
There you go.
Roll Tide.
They interviewed him. He said, I hate to say this, but damn, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Bill Battle at Tennessee, while he was at work, they sent a moving van to his house. Yeah.
Yes, they did. I mean, people can be ugly.
They can.
And during this little interview with him, he said that Alabama didn't have the dynasty. Nick Saban had the dynasty. Well, I think he's kind of screwed up there. They both had the dynasty. Alabama and Nick Saban are the dynasty.
I mean, Nick Saban told Mal Moore when he took the job, he said, I'll take this job, but you've got to get me the players. You've got to help me get these players because I can do the best job coaching, but if I don't have the best players on the field, I can't win the games.
That's right. Yep.
Just got a text here. Let's go. They also have bulletproof glass now. That is true. That is true.
Oh. Yeah, the Pope mobiles.
So I predict that it'll be less than 4 years if he doesn't beat Auburn the first 2 tries.
He loses to Auburn 3 times in a row, you're out the door.
Well, I say he loses twice, and people are going to be suspect.
Well, it may be.
In the old days, you lose 3 in a row, you're showing the door.
Yeah, so
kind of like what's going on in Ohio State right now.
Yeah, maybe 1 if it's bad enough.
Yeah, well, and this come up years at home too. They go. Alabama still has a top 5 or top 10 talented roster in the country. Alabama. Now they do say, and I say the same thing. He did win at Washington with a lot less talent than he's going to have at Alabama. A lot less talent, but you got to remember when we say that he also was playing teams that had a lot less talent than teams in the SEC.
There you go. Well, I mean USC had a lot of talent, but. Lincoln Riley didn't seem to be able to coach him. Yeah, I'm really hard on him. It's nothing personal. I just think he's just overhyped.
Let me ask you this: why would this Travis guy say this? Some say he doesn't have the Southern background, and he doesn't seem to enjoy recruiting. How does he know if he enjoys recruiting? Is he in the plane with him? Is he in the house with the parents?
You know what?
What's
players
the Southern background.
Well, Saban Saban got fired at Ohio State. You know that when he was assistant coach, got fired at Ohio State. He was at Michigan State. He came to LSU.
Yeah. He's originally from West Virginia, though, so he has a little bit of.
But he didn't know anybody down there.
SEC. And I agree with that. Yeah. Where you're going with this.
This doesn't even matter.
Plus, I'm hearing he's hiring people that have pull in the South. And he kept Freddie Roach.
That was a big.
That was a bit. Yeah, you had to keep him. He was the best recruiter that they had. So it's a good thing they kept him.
Well, you're following a legend. Just look what Bray Perkins went through when he followed Bear Bryant.
Right.
He's following Nick Saban. If he can win, but one thing, he's smart. He didn't go in there and take down Saban's stuff.
Right, like Ray Perkins did.
Perkins took down Bears tower. Upset everybody.
This is a much better hire than Ray Perkins.
Also got rid of
Bear Bryant.
He also got rid of the radio announcer that was so famous. The guy that did the Bear Bryant show, TV show. I mean, that was kind of
right. So
he changed from Coke to Pepsi, I believe.
But look at that. I mean, DeBoer's not doing that.
Right.
This hire is a much better hire than the Ray Perkins hire after Bear Bryant. No question. This is a good hire. Now, whether he gets it done or not, it's up to him.
Glenn, if he wins, he's fine.
Yeah.
Just win. I think if he wins 10 games a year, he'll be fine.
I think he will, too.
Even if he goes 10-3, I think.
Yeah.
They used to be, I'm with you, win or tie. There's no ties anymore, so you better win. So.
Win, baby, win. Sure. Alabama set a new program record with a historical record over LSU. They beat them 109-88. This was the sixth time Alabama scored at least 100 points in games this season, which is a new all-time record. So they're making history at University of Alabama in basketball. They scored over 100 points. Now, look at who they beat by this. They scored good scheduling here. They scored over 100 against Eastern Kentucky.
Ooh, powerhouse.
Morehead State, over 100 points. Indiana State, over 100. Not Indiana, but Indiana State, over 100 points. South Alabama, over 100 points. Liberty, over 100 points. But still, they still scored 100 points. I don't care who you play. That's still pretty good, right? You officiate basketball. That's hard to do.
I would have slowed all that down, I can tell you right now.
Yeah, you could have. You have. I've heard about you. And listen to this. Alabama's got the number one scoring offense in college basketball right now. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty dang good. Now
rankings matter.
Alabama
right now.
This Wednesday.
Well, I know, but eventually they will.
Yeah.
Alabama's at Georgia this Wednesday. Big basketball game right now. Alabama's 5-1 in the SEC. They're at the top of the SEC standings right now. They played a very difficult schedule, non-conference games, and they've lost 6 games so far. And with those 6 losses were against really good quality teams, and this has helped their ratings, whatever they call it. I forgot the terminology for that. But they're in pretty good shape. They got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Kentucky's good. Kentucky's young, talented, really young team, but really good talent. Tennessee's probably the best team in the SEC. They beat Alabama pretty bad at Tennessee when I was up in the mountains, matter of fact. Auburn's good. Alabama's good. I think that's probably your 4 best teams in the SEC. Is that right, Wildcat? You agree? Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, probably the best 4 right now.
I'd probably put Tennessee on top of Kentucky as much as I would hate to.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's probably got the. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, Alabama Update's been brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love you, Jason. You do a great job. Anytime you have a breakdown, not working like you want, the house is just not warming, it's just not cooling, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Don't make a mistake. Go with somebody local here. They grew up here. They got a local company. They'll take care of you throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Charlie Corn's place on 15th Street. Glenn and I talked about it a minute ago. Him and Linda's had a restaurant since 1986. They know what they're doing. That country cooking is second to none. It's outstanding. Go check out the special. One of Glenn's favorite is the meatloaf, 3 sides and a tea.
And
like
about $11 heavenly hash.
Oh, the heavenly hash is unreal. I love their BLTs. I always get a BLT when I go there. It's really good. Salad,
anything
fries.
is good there.
Everything's
good.
Remember,
they have a place up 231 too. So
yes, they do. They also got that back room, seats 25 people. So if you want to have a banquet, you want to have a football play. A birthday party or a chamber meeting, that's the place to do it. Same thing at Beef O'Brady's down there at Lynn Haven. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli, the best pizza. Glenn knows all about it. He's down there all the time. The best pizza you get anywhere. Try the bakery. It's incredible. Carrot cake, paradise cake, Napoleon. They got it all. Bread pudding. They got it all. It's incredible. Lasagna, spaghetti. They got a new bar in there. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. John's a retired police officer. Go pack it out. Support this man. Thomas Drive, Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. It's incredible. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Auburn Tigers up next. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
I got to go over to the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. I think I could make the argument, I think we all could, that he's winner overall number one, right? Only one playoff win prior to this, and it was in the wild card round, so this is his first win in the divisional round. This year has been great by Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, who has a Super
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour and temps near 59. We will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour tonight and be cool at 40. And mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Come on down and get in on all the Senior Bowl excitement Saturday, February 3rd. From tailgating to game day and epic Mardi Gras parades. Enjoy an action-packed Saturday leading up to a free live concert by Counting Crows at Mardi Gras Park, downtown Mobile at 8 p.m. Get your tickets for the 75th Senior Bowl today at seniorbowl.com. The draft starts in Mobile.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Kenny, James Wallermeyer. I saw James Wallermeyer and Paul Christo. I saw him. Paul's doing pretty good too, but he'd feeling under the weather a little bit. But he looked good. He'd got some food to go, and he goes down to Jeremy's church all the time. But him and Jenna love those Auburn Tigers, no doubt about that. Elizabeth Craig Seeger's mom.
Yeah.
Dad, they go to Auburn basketball games, football games. They go. We have a lot of Auburn people here in the Panhandle, Florida, no doubt about that. Auburn football. All right, Saturday's down south. They got all their experts together. And with Nick Saban out of the picture, he's retired, he's gone. They rated every coach in the SEC, and they came up with the top coaches in the SEC. And we're going to go over them right now. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I want to go over them. Coming in at number 16th, best coach in the SEC. And we really don't know this. Jeff Lebby, he's the new head football coach at Mississippi State. Done a good job before in his other jobs. We really don't know how it's going to work out at Mississippi State. So he came in last because they just don't know.
Right.
Next was Tennessee's coach. Was kind of unfair. He might be an outstanding coach, and I do think he's a good coach, but he's coaching at Vandy. They comes in at 15th, okay? At number 14th, now I want you to listen to this. Did you ever think that a head football coach at the University of Florida would be ranked near the last as the best coaches in the SEC?
No, I did not.
Chad?
No.
I didn't either. It's not good. Coming at number 14 is Billy Napier. 9-4 in the swamp. 9-4 in the swamp. 2-10 the games played after October 14th. When the big, as you know, back ends usually the bigger games, rival games, big games. So he's only won 2 and he's lost 10 after October 14th. That's not very good at all. He's in trouble. He better win this year. Sam Pittman, another coach, is on the hot seat. He's only 4-12 versus SE opponents. 4-12. That didn't keep your job very long.
No.
He's the 13th best coach in the SEC. Number 12. Y'all remember these, so we'll come back and talk about this. Number 12, Shane Beamer. I thought he's done a good job. I do. I think he's done a pretty good job at South Carolina. And our new one, a coach at Oklahoma, what's his name?
Venerable.
At 14. He comes in 11th. What's he really done at Oklahoma? I don't know if he's done a better job than some of the other guys we've talked about.
Got to play in the Cheez-It Bowl.
And he's a defensive guy. He's a
That's
defensive
awesome.
guy. Okay.
Cheez-It Bowl.
But anyway, Oklahoma, if you're right, your coach is on the 11th best coach in the league, you better get up to the top 4 really quick if you want to stay at Oklahoma for very long.
That's Doc's favorite coach, who left Oklahoma.
I just really want to see how these, you were talking about Texas earlier. I mean, Oklahoma, too. I mean, how's Oklahoma going to do in the SEC? If they do fine, hey, they're going to be up there in the top 5. But
if the coach ranked 11th in the SEC, I don't know how they're going to do.
They may take it on the chin.
Right.
I mean, Texas, you play LSU.
And you remember, a lot of guys transferred out of there.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Maybe we should look at Oklahoma's schedule.
Look it up.
Yeah,
number
look at the SEC
10.
schedule.
Number 10, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Elko, is that his name?
Yeah,
what's his name?
Mike Elko.
Elko, I think it's his name. He was at he was at Duke.
Right.
Yeah, did a great job. He won 16 games. In 2 years at Duke, he won 16 games. That's better than Steve Spurrier did. You do anything better than Steve Spurrier, you're a pretty good football coach. They liked him when he was at A&M before. We talked about it earlier. He's doing a good job in recruiting, but he's at number 10. He is a really good football coach.
Yes, he really is.
I can see him moving up. Derkowitz at
Missouri.
Is number 9.
He's done a good job.
Hey, he beat Ohio State. That's your game higher than 9. Not many people can beat Ohio State, and he did.
So get this Oklahoma schedule. Now that they got cupcakes to start: Temple, Houston, Tulane. Then they play Tennessee. All right. Then they play Auburn. Then they play Texas. They play South Carolina. They play Ole Miss. They play Missouri, and they play Alabama and LSU.
They got a tough schedule. Well, so everybody else does.
Welcome to the SEC. Yeah.
Right.
He better win 4 of those 8 he's got to play and win all of his.
He better win his home games.
If he wins the 4 cupcakes and splits the SEC, he's 8-4. You don't keep your job very long at Oklahoma going 8-4.
I mean, I think Texas has got a better schedule.
Yeah.
Texas has got.
This is the rankings of the coaches, not the schedule.
Right.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I mean, you see how he just takes.
No.
Is that rude?
Is that rude? No, because it's you.
That's good.
Who does Texas? You got Texas right there?
Yeah, I got Texas right
Texas.
here. So now Texas does play Michigan, second game. They play Colorado State, Michigan.
They got
University.
Michigan. Yeah.
They got Michigan. Texas, San Antonio next. They got Louisiana Monroe, watch out for them. Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky, Texas A&M. I think Texas has got a better schedule than Oklahoma.
They do. They can get by Michigan, which I think they will with the new football coach. We'll talk about
I don't know.
Later.
The new coach was the offensive coordinator who actually ran.
We will get to him.
Let's talk. Right. Let's talk about him because he's
coming in at number 8 in the SEC ranking of head coaches. Chad Mitchell, the one and only, the head coach of the Auburn Tigers, Hugh Freeze. He is the only guy that beat Nick Saban back to back. 2014, 2015, when Nick was having the dynasty at Alabama. But, this is a big but his record versus top 25 after 2015, I didn't realize this, 2 wins, 13 losses. 2 wins, 13 losses. He's taken 4 different teams to a bowl game.
So, do you remember those Alabama Ole Miss games with him at Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss? I do, because I think we fumbled the opening kickoff. We had like 5 fumbles. Yeah. 5 fumbles in that game. Basically, I mean, Alabama had all these errors and gave the game away.
The ball hit the kid in his helmet, bounces up, the Ole Miss receivers behind everybody scores.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a very good coach.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, but, you're going to find out over time.
I'll tell you what. If he goes 2-13 next couple of years at Auburn in the SEC, he won't be there very long.
No.
You got to win at Auburn. And he should win. Look at the recruiting. This is good. Timing's everything. When Pat Dye took over Auburn, Coach Bryant was old. He was actually really dying.
Yeah.
retired after 2 years going against Pat, and Auburn dominated after that.
They did.
Hugh Freeze' timing couldn't be better.
Yeah.
They got Alabama and Tuscaloosa year one.
But DeVore's not Ray Perkins either.
We'll see how this plays out. Yeah, I hear you. Coming at number 7 is a Tennessee Heupel. He's 2-7 versus the Tennessee's 3 biggest rivals. 2-7 versus biggest rivals, but he comes at number 7. He's made Tennessee better. Number 6, Stoops at Kentucky. He gets a lot of love. You win 6, 7 games, 8 games in Kentucky, you're a hero.
No, he has a good team.
I don't think he's 6.
And then he chokes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think he should be number 6.
Yeah.
Now, here are your top 5 coaches in the SEC. You just got through talking about one of them. Stark, Texas. Elite coaches, the elite of the elite, win a national championship your 3rd year. He got in the playoffs the 3rd year. He got close to getting it done.
And he's got a schedule next year that I think is favorable to him.
You got, I don't know, Michigan, Georgia.
No.
You got Ole Miss.
But hey, if he beats those teams, guess where he's going to be ranked if he beats those teams.
Does he got Ole Miss?
I think he does. Hold on.
Ole Miss is going to be good, guys.
No, he does not have Ole Miss.
You're right. He's got a good schedule.
Yeah.
They don't have Alabama either.
They don't have Alabama. They've got the 2 teams that they have to worry about. No, they have Georgia and Michigan to worry about. Florida, I don't think they're going to have to worry about. Arkansas, Kentucky, Texas A&M. Those are their last 4 games. I think Sarkisian's going to really take it to them.
Yeah, okay. He comes at number 5.
And he's got the talent.
He's won 17 games versus top 25 teams behind only Brian Kelly at LSU and Kirby Smart at Georgia. So, yeah, I think he'll do a good job. Number 4. I don't know. You guys think he should be number 4 or number 3? Lane Kiffin. He won 11 games in 2023. He won 10 games in 2021. Transfer king is Lane Kiffin. He's got the players in there that can play. I think they're going to be outstanding this year. Their schedule's not as tough as some of the others.
It
Talk
really
about
isn't.
who they got.
So they got Furman, the tough Middle Tennessee team. Say that for Glenn's sake.
Thank you.
Furman, Middle Tennessee, Wake Forest, Georgia Southern, Kentucky, South Carolina. Then they play LSU, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Georgia, then Florida, Mississippi State. I mean, Ole Miss could be undefeated.
That Georgia game's in Oxford.
If they beat Georgia, they could be undefeated.
Yeah,
they very well could be.
In the SEC, it's going to be Georgia, Texas, and Ole Miss. That's your 3 top teams.
Ole Miss is the dark horse, I think, just based on what I'm seeing from the transfer portal and recruiting. Yeah.
All right, Lane comes in at number 4.
Yeah.
Here are your top 3 coaches. You notice we haven't mentioned the new guy from Alabama yet.
Yeah.
They got DeBoer at number 3, best coach in the SEC. He was 12-2. His record against top 25 is 12-2. He played for the national championship at Washington versus Michigan without any he didn't have that many 5-stars, if any, on that roster. But he had some pretty good players. That quarterback could play. He had some receivers, offensive line good.
I watched him make some good adjustments against what Michigan was doing in the first quarter.
The thing that bothers me, in Alabama, all the coaches that have won big, Bryant was a defensive guy, Saban was a defensive guy. He's an offensive guy. They outscore people. They're going to be tough enough on defense to win in the SEC because you got to be good on defense to win the SEC. And he's an offensive guy, so we see how that plays out. But they got him ranked 3rd.
So do
you guys agree he should be the 3rd best coach?
So what's his record against Dan Lanning and Sarkisian combined over the last 2 years?
He beat them both.
He is 5-0 against Dan Lanning and Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah.
Period. End of the story.
And Texas had better players.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We will see.
We'll see what happens.
Number 2. Oh, we got to take a break. All right, we'll come back and finish this up after we take a break. Hey, you want that yard look beautiful? Turpro Pest Control can make it happen to you. Hey, if you want to make your wife happy, you want to make Glenn happy, every time I want to make Glenn happy, I go buy my nose ring. They've got some great ones down at David Addison's Fine Jewelry.
Chase that bull around.
Yeah. Talk about Russ. Talk about David.
There is a lot of bull when he's in here.
Well, first I want to say to Russ Klinger, congratulations, because he's a big 49ers fan all the way. So he's probably tickled pink, and he's all happy and everything. But what you need to do is take that piece of jewelry down there, have them clean them up. They also will do some appraisals for you. So if you don't know what something's worth, take it down there and let them have a look-see at it. They'll tell you what it's worth. And then, like I said, take that old diamond or that old birthstone, add it to another ring, make a brand new ring out of it. Inexpensive way to make the old lady, your wife, your girlfriend happy.
Your old lady, your wife, your girlfriend. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat, love you. He is the best city commissioner anywhere, but he works at Lynn Haven.
Right.
City commissioner. He owns Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. The place is incredible. It's like going to Cheers. Everybody knows your name. You walk in. What I love about you walk in there, smile on their face, they're all happy. They speak to you. Wonderful employees down there. They do an incredible job. The food's outstanding. What about their chips and those onion rings? Pretty good?
Oh, man. Onion rings. The best. The great, big, huge basket.
The chips.
Oh, man. Man. God, my mouth.
We're going to have lunch there this week. We're going to go have lunch. Oh, also, Beef O'Brady's this Wednesday, Glenn. 10 wings, drink, and a side for only $9.99. Can't beat that anywhere. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. All right, we'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
The Senior Bowl. For 75 years, it's been the proving ground of football's greatest legends. The tradition continues Saturday, February 3rd as the legends return to Mobile. Join us at Hancock Whitney Stadium, where the first 5,000 entrants will receive limited edition bobbleheads of the 75th team legends. Dan Marino, DeMarcus Ware, Aaron Donald, Sean Alexander, and Cornelius Bennett. Get your tickets for the 75th Senior Bowl at seniorbowl.com. The draft starts in Mobile.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Let's get into our top two coaches in the SEC. LSU Fighting Tigers, one of the best jobs in all of college football. You've had three different coaches win national championships there since 2000. Brian Kelly owns the nation's longest active streak of 10-win seasons. The guy can coach.
He can
He's
coach.
not a good fit,
Yeah.
whatever. Jason
I just think he doesn't do well.
He
in the
can
clutch.
coach. He does a good job.
He just doesn't do well in the clutch very often.
Yeah.
That's my take on him.
Explain clutch. I don't understand.
Well, when he was at Notre Dame, I love thanks, Glenn.
Yeah, I knew that. What the clutch in college football? You saying he chokes in big games?
Not every big game, but like so let's face it. What did he do at Notre Dame? Just got his socks beat off when he got into playoffs.
What did he do against Alabama and Baton Rouge?
He won one game.
He didn't beat the Seminoles twice.
Yeah, he lost to the Seminoles twice. He's a good coach, don't get me wrong, but he's going to have to prove himself in clutch situations.
Is he the second best coach in the SEC?
I don't think. In my opinion, no.
Glenn?
No. Okay. No.
In fact, I like Lane Kiffin better than him.
I was just thinking the same thing.
But Lane Kiffin does some
Lane Kiffin does do some, and that's the thing that Kelly's got. Kelly's consistent.
Older, mature.
Yes, he's mature. He doesn't let his emotions get to him.
Got a good clutch.
That's what he ain't got a good clutch. That's what I like about him. But yeah, if Lane Kiffin would quit going for it in his own territory
on his own 30-yard line.
Yeah.
One time,
it's just
was Alabama or who? It was like fourth and
make the other team earn it.
29. Right. We were at the game. On 29-yard line, they go for it 4th and 1. Alabama stuffed them, and they score.
I was at the game where Harsin at Auburn beat Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
It was in Auburn. I was watching it, and exactly what I described happened. I think there were 3 times he tried for it on 4th down, his own territory, and Auburn got the ball. And you're given a team at the time that was, mediocre is the way to say it, and you're a better team, you're giving them an advantage in field position.
Right.
Gosh, who doesn't want the short field to score?
Can play defense.
Yeah.
That's the old school. The number one coach, not only in the SEC, this is the number one coach in America. His name is Kirby Smart. He does nothing but win. Nothing but win.
He is deserving a number one. He absolutely is. That is a coach that I think's got it pretty much all together. You watch him make decisions on the field and make adjustments.
Do you realize?
Golly, he's good.
Do you realize there's only two active head coaches that ever beaten Kirby Smart? Can you tell me who they are? Anybody out there know there's only 2 active coaches to ever beat the king of college football, and that's Kirby Smart. Who is it? Dun, dun, dun,
Barry Browns. Well,
active. Dun, dun,
no,
active.
Well,
dun, 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 dun.
He was going to do that.
Wildcat,
anyway.
anything?
Crickets.
I will give you a hint. Chad Mitchell loves this school.
Loves this school? What's he talking about?
The only coach, 2 of them, active head coaches have beaten Kirby Smart. Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tom Herman.
Tom Herman, wow.
Yeah, the only 2 active head coaches that have beaten the legend. He has won 2 national championships. He won SEC championships. Number 1 head coach, not only in the SEC, he's the best college football coach in the country.
I agree with that.
Kirby
I
Smart.
Absolutely agree
The
with
recruiting king.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but you watch him on the field make adjustments. The way he's run, and the way he's running.
He recruits all the time. Right after the Alabama SEC championship game, he was recruiting downs on the field.
Absolutely,
after
he
the
was.
game. Let's go to their schedule. I'm going to tell you what, Georgia's schedule's brutal.
So they've got Clemson to start.
Number 1.
I anticipate that
That's
they'll
a
beat
tough
Clemson.
game.
Then Tennessee Tech.
That's a tough game.
No, then Kentucky.
That's a really tough game.
Could be a tough game. Yeah. Kentucky, right?
Where's the game?
Then they have a bye week.
Go back. Could you give us where they're playing at, please? We don't want half
at Kentucky.
Half the information.
So they're playing Clemson in Atlanta. They're playing Tennessee Tech in Athens. They're playing Kentucky and Lexington.
Okay, thank you.
Then they have a bye week. Then they're playing Alabama.
Where?
In Tuscaloosa. And the next week they're playing Auburn in Athens.
No bye week?
No bye week for Auburn.
Baby.
Now Auburn played them tough. And if
Clemson, Alabama, Auburn already.
Auburn.
How many? That's like 5 weeks, right?
Then Mississippi State. All right.
I know that.
Texas.
Woo, where at?
It's got to be.
At Austin.
They're at Texas.
Yeah.
They're at Tuscaloosa.
They better bring their air
They're at
conditioners.
Auburn? Golly.
No, they're at Athens. Tuscaloosa.
Auburn's at home.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they have Auburn at home.
I can read back what you said.
You can.
Are we clear?
You want to play it back, John?
Are we clear?
Are we throwing the red flag?
You can't read it back.
All right. So anyway, then they have Florida, Ole Miss.
Ooh, where at?
Oxford.
Dang.
Then they're playing Tennessee in Athens. Then UMass and Georgia Tech in Athens.
They got a tough schedule, man. You're at Texas, you're at Alabama, and you're at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And back-to-back weeks, they play Alabama. And
they play Alabama and Auburn back-to-back.
That's crazy.
Now, it depends on how good Auburn is, but Auburn played them so close this past year. If they do that again, and Bama, they get beat up in the Bama game, a lot of things could change. Yeah. Georgia's got.
You had me excited. You had me excited when you gave that false information that the game was at Auburn.
I did not say that. Did I say that, Glenn?
No, you didn't. Glenn, help me.
I'm sitting here reading it. Nobody can help you.
Think about it. With that schedule,
put that on the sound bites, John.
I think they're going to win with that schedule there. They'll probably only win 11 games.
Only 11?
Yeah. Seriously, Texas is going to be tough.
Listen, if they beat all those teams, if Georgia's undefeated, you're going to know who number one is.
Well, you know what's so sad about that? And he made this comment. Kirby talked about this. If they do run that schedule, they got to turn around the next week and play one of those teams again.
Yeah.
Tech, the number 2 team in the SEC. And you already played them once.
Yeah.
And he goes, is it even worth playing the SEC championship? You made the playoffs. Why do you want to expose your players for another opportunity to get injured? But it's going to, Kirby, it's going to happen because it makes so much money.
Well, the other teams have to do it too. It's not like it's unfair.
Yeah, but it's the SEC.
I know, but now, but now look at the Big Ten.
It just means more.
Yeah. Look at the Big Ten. The Big Ten's got to do it.
It doesn't mean
Big Ten's got to do it too.
Yeah. Well, that's true. You could have Ohio State have to play Michigan back to back. You realize that? Yeah. That could possibly happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not with you guys. I'm not sold on the new head coach at Michigan. I'm not. And I will tell you later.
I think he's got a very good chance. I really do.
The players really
He coached, 6 games?
Right.
With Harbaugh being out?
Yep.
I realized Harbaugh was still part of it.
Was Harbaugh at practice all week?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
He was, but the guy was the offense coordinator anyway.
Yeah. That's like you. If I go see you all week and you prep me up, it doesn't matter if you do the operation or somebody else.
I'm going to pass you off to somebody else.
Go ahead.
That's an easy decision, Glenn.
Dr. Noble's right across the hall.
I hope Michigan is laid up in bed sleeping. Mike's probably listening. He loves Michigan. All right, Michigan's new head football coach, Coach Moore. He was acting head coach 4 games. He's been at Michigan for 6 years. 5 years contract, 5-year contract, $5.5 million a year. They got a bargain.
Awesome.
They got a bargain. That's not making that much money.
And Harbaugh is the one that, put in a good word for him. That was who Harbaugh said to hire.
All right, now this $5.5 million can be misleading. If he wins the Big Ten Conference, $500,000. Playoffs, $500,000. So he could make up to $6.5 million, okay? I think he played at Oklahoma. He's 37 years old. He coached at Louisville, I think, when Charlie was there. And he also coached at Central. Here we go. He was at Louisville from 2009 to 13. He was at Central Michigan 2014 to 2017. He became the coach at Michigan in 2018. He was an offensive coordinator in 2021. And then he became the offensive coordinator in 2023. Okay, let's look into history. Let's go back. I like history. When Johnny Majors left Tennessee, I left Pitt for Tennessee. He left a powerhouse.
He did.
He left a powerhouse
that he had created.
Jackie Sherrill took over. He stepped right up. Jackie Sherrill went 50 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie. Let's head down south. Let's go to Miami. Howard Snellenberger wins the national championship. He leaves Miami. Jimmy Johnson takes over. He stepped in and went 52-9.
Wow.
Let's go to Nebraska. Tom Osborne. He left.
Dumpster fire.
No, actually, the guy went 58-19.
Yeah, there you go.
But they got rid of him.
A dumpster fire.
They got rid of him.
Frank
and then it really, where'd he go? Miami of Ohio? Somewhere?
Yeah, Miami of Ohio.
It fell apart after he left. So he won, but it wasn't enough for Nebraska.
It wasn't enough, yeah.
My question to both of you, and hold your thoughts. We get back, we'll get more. Did they make the right hire in Michigan? I say no. We'll ask these two, and I'll explain why in a second.
Please do.
After I get through going down to Max Fit Sports Nutrition, because I want to look better. I want to feel better. And that man can make it happen. Jason Kovaleski knows what he's talking about. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, 2 great locations, 23rd Street and Pier Park. Go try it out. You can try it before you buy it. He knows what he's talking about. You got a son or daughter in sports, you want to get a little bit bigger, stronger, faster, or maybe lose weight. Max Fit Sports Nutrition can make that happen. They're number one at what they do. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. Doesn't look right, feel right. Go see him. There's offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. You listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Get out to Newbies. Have a great time. 3 great locations. They do an incredible job. Love John. Love Charlotte. Go support them. They support us. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. The best barbecue, the best Texas barbecue you'll get anywhere. It's so good to be down there and watch Chad. When Chad eats that barbecue, that sauce is all over his face, but he loves that barbecue. It's outstanding.
And they will serve you if you put the horns down.
I tell you what, Chad he'll have him cater the office. He's taking care of his people at work. Rudy's Barbecue, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Go check it out. You'll love it. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
LSU, Jeff?
Yeah, the LSU,
All
Jeff.
right, good. Because you had mentioned maybe going to that, right?
Senior Bowl. I think that girlfriend of mine who likes college football, right?
I got some insight.
He saw some wino in the public parking lot and told him that.
Wow, that's a good one.
Weekday morning, 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour and temps near 59. We will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour tonight and be cool at 40. And mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Come on down and get in on all the Senior Bowl excitement Saturday, February 3rd. From tailgating to game day and epic Mardi Gras parades. Enjoy an action-packed Saturday leading up to a free live concert by Counting Crows at Mardi Gras Park, downtown Mobile at 8 p.m. Get your tickets for the 75th Senior Bowl today at seniorbowl.com. The draft starts in Mobile.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got a special caller right now. Let's take this call. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning to you, sir. I just have a couple of points I want to make. First is now I know why Coach Manley's not playing golf with me this morning.
It's cold out there, he says.
Yep. No, I'm just now leaving Bay Point. Dang. By the way, couldn't the Bay Point play a nice round of golf, you know?
Absolutely.
Couldn't be better.
Absolutely. And we're talking to Coach Conrad Moon, by the way, if you don't know that voice.
Okay. And two, we all know Michigan made the wrong choice. It wasn't going to be Michigan Eddie. It should have been Coach Hale.
I agree. You're right, Conrad. You know, he is highly intelligent. He is highly intelligent. I've always said that.
Coach Manley can do the special teams, and Dr. Mitchell, he could be the doctor up there.
We'd have to get you to be the line coach.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
What's your number 76 at Georgia?
75 and 79.
Okay. I remember watching a film he showed me. It was against Auburn. They ran that little counter play. He pulled, kicked out. Good job. I like your back was flat. You did a great job rotating, getting there. I was impressed.
That's the last thing that's been flat on me for a long time.
Hey, seriously, what do you think is going to happen with Coach at Michigan? Seriously, we talked about the ones that had been there and followed these guys, and it worked out pretty good. Then you can go look at like Bear Bryant when he left. Ray Perkins was not there. He was with the Giants. Right. You look at these other coaches that were on the staff, and they came in. They don't work out as well as somebody that's been there with those guys. Is what this was getting at.
The other one's Dabo Sweeney. He took over, and he
was there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm getting at.
It's kind of different when you're there.
Yeah,
and with like Perkins wasn't, and there was another one too.
Right.
I can't remember that.
I think for this season, for what all was going on in Michigan and the kids that were there, it was a great interim hire. He had such a relation with the kids.
Yeah.
That being said, he's never done it at that head coach job as far as I know before, especially at that level.
Right.
And he's a line coach. He's not a quarterback coach like Coach Harbaugh was.
Yeah.
And he's got it's going to be a whole different thing next year. A lot of people have left him up there. I think he might be a little bit over his head. Ohio State's licking their chops.
I'm with you. I think they're glad what's going on there. They're knocking out a ballpark, buying players, recruiting players. Hey, I want to read this text to you. Okay, this guy you made a comment about coaches. This is from Glenn Manley. He said offensive linemen and offensive line coaches are not as intelligent as skilled coaches.
Jeepers.
Special team coaches. Conrad, I think that offended me. I think he knew you played offensive line, coached offensive line at Bay.
You do realize we coached together for about 40 years. We know each other. Matter of fact, I could coach the line. He can coach the kickers. That's how close we were.
I know Glenn never said that. And most people don't realize the offensive line guys, especially centers, they got to be some of the most intelligent people on the team.
No
people
doubt.
don't realize calls and stuff they have to do in split seconds and identify defense. Some of them are better than the quarterbacks.
Yep.
Hey, how bad was it out there playing this morning? That cold weather, was it okay?
I'm sweating.
Hey, who'd you play with?
I just played by myself. I don't have anybody else that's man enough to play.
I like it.
Well, I was on my feminine side today.
Unbelievable. How much time we got?
And he's not going to play tomorrow either. It's supposed to be colder tomorrow. But, we have a cover on our golf cart, and I have a heater in there. So I just, like we say, what weather?
That's right. It's some getting out part I didn't like.
Who's better, Comrade, you or Glenn?
Well, I'd have to say Glenn.
I heard he's good. I really have heard he's good.
Yeah. I can hold on most days, but the last 2 or 3 times he's taken me to school.
All right, here's our question for you since we got you on the phone. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? 49ers or the Chiefs?
You can't. It's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
The Swifties?
They look so good.
The Swifties,
Yeah.
that's what I'm calling them.
I wish somebody would shoot her, but
Thanks, Coach.
I've never missed one in the Super Bowl in 58 years. She might make me miss one, but I don't know.
Oh, my God.
But Detroit and their head coach just handed it away yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get not kicking a field goal that one time. I really didn't. That blew my mind. I thought that was Lane Kiffin out there calling plays for a second. Hey, did you hear Georgia's schedule? We just went over Georgia's schedule. They're at Texas. They're at Alabama, and they're at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is going to be good. Yeah, Ole Miss is going to be good now. And they got Auburn, Alabama, Auburn back-to-back.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, but what do you think? I still think they win 11. I think they'll screw up one of them, but I think they're going to win 11.
They're going to be in the playoffs for sure.
I think they'll be in the playoffs. I'm very happy that we have Alabama early with a new coach. I think that thing is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Texas, and Ole Miss are the ones I really, really worry about. And the sleeper is going to put Kentucky at Kentucky for us. Kentucky always plays Georgia very well.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, at Texas, and Kirby will know this. When you go to Texas, you better bring your own heating and cooling system.
Alabama bring the cooling.
Alabama brought their own air conditioning system because they knew what happened to LSU.
Yeah.
And it did. It was hot there. Nick didn't want anybody to know about it. We missed it, did get out, and they did have their own unit, and they kept it cool.
No, that's just wrong.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me one year when we played Arnold. When someone named Coach Hale was coaching there, and they had air conditioning, and we didn't.
I tried to lock y'all in there, and I'll let y'all out. I forgot they had the thing indoor. You just turn the knob, and unbelievable. Thank you, Conrad. I appreciate that. Unbelievable. God. All right, but hey, have fun playing. Well, have fun going to eat somewhere.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call.
Man. See ya.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We used to sit. I showed them Doc the picture. We're sitting on the tackling dummy. Me and Coach been watching them run the defense. We're going, that's not going to work. You know.
I wanted to go back real quick. We have a few minutes. You were talking about these coaches and everything. Shane Beamer, South Carolina. I thought he's done a pretty good job.
He has. Especially given the fact that he doesn't have quite the talent that everybody has. He's a good coach.
Would you have had Billy Napier at 16th? I mean,
where'd you have Billy?
14th. They had him 14th. Would you put him higher? I really, what he's done in Florida, you have to put him there.
Yeah, you do, because he hasn't produced. My personal opinion, he's a good coach, but he's not producing. So therefore, he's not until he proves himself.
Yeah. And getting back to the hire at Michigan, he's there. He's been there. The kids love him. He knows them. I think that'll keep that staff together, keep those players together. We got to go. All right. Everybody, please pray for Ryan Mulvey. And he's going to have the procedure today. Keep him in your prayers. Keep him in your thoughts. We're giving away tickets all day today to the Senior Bowl. Go have a great time on ESPN. Appreciate you guys listening, so we try to help you guys out. And we got a great show coming up, and we're out. Glenn, thank you. Chad, thank you. Wildcat, thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Thanks for putting up with me today. I had a bad weekend.
Yeah, you'll have a better one. You'll have a better day tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow. You listen to ESPN Northwest Florida. David will probably be in here at the noon show also, but they got the underdogs this afternoon. He does a great job. Love David. And keep Ryan Mulvey in your prayers. All right. You may keep talking? Golly, they were rushing me, and now they're telling me to talk.
Well, that's what showbiz.
Yeah. And you know what, Glenn? It's cold out there at your age. I wouldn't get in that cold weather. You get sick, we'd be planting you.
Oh.
So I don't want you to get out there and get sick.
Well, I thought 3 years ago you were going to be planting. So
no, you're okay. I tell you what, that stuff that Wildcat brings in here from Kentucky, what I'm talking about? That jar.
That jar.
The mason jar. Make fun of my ball jar.
That'll grow hair on your chest. That stuff is unbelievable. So just keep taking that. We'll think you'll be all right. All right, we're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the north-northwest around 10 miles per hour and temps near 59. We will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour tonight and be cool at 40. And mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 60. Mostly sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 62. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama.